Alan King, Jerry Lewis, and the Borscht Belt. That's my hometown. And one of the reasons why I had to go back east was because a very distant uncle had passed away. Very distant. We weren't really very close. So I went to the funeral, and we walk into the mortuary, and there he's decked out in this beautiful Armani suit. He was a rich relative. Didn't leave me anything. Rich relative. So I'm standing there looking at my distant uncle, and one of his friends comes over, and he says, your Uncle Saul. He says, he looks so great. He's going to be so welcome when he goes up to the pearly gates. I said, sorry, Uncle Saul is not going up to the pearly gates. And then, you're kidding. Saul was such a great guy. I can't believe that he's going to be the other way. I said, no, my Uncle Saul was an atheist. And the guy looks, says, oh, poor Saul, all dressed up and nowhere to go. My Uncle Saul. So I was back east also. I was not here last month because it was Passover. And being Jewish, we were celebrating that wonderful event that all of you have heard about, I'm sure, where we ran away from captivity out into the wonderful desert. So the story goes, Moses goes up to the mountain, and all the 5,000 Jews at the time, the Hebrews, were waiting for his return. Waiting and waiting. And finally, he comes down off the mountain, and everyone cheers, says, Moses, what did God say? Moses says, well, I got some good news, I got some bad news. What's the good news? We are going to a land flowing with milk and honey. Cheers from the crowd. Yay, great! Moses, what's the bad news? It's not in the very best of neighborhoods. And we gotta walk. Said, little voice from the back of the crowd says, Moses, sounds really great. We don't mind the walking. We can deal with the neighborhood. A land flowing with milk and honey is fantastic. But you think maybe God could give us just a little bit of oil? Not quite. So they're walking, and they come across this little town where they feel it's Friday night, it's time for the Sabbath to start. So they all park their tents, and the townspeople, they come running over, and they said, you've got to hide. You can't be out at night. I said, well, why not? I said, because our town is cursed with vampires. I said, well, you're walking out at night. Why is it? Well, because we're Christian, we just do this. We do the sign of the cross. No vampires, they're gone. So all the Jews, it's getting sundown, they're getting really terrified. They go to the rabbi. I said, Rabbi, what do we do? We're not going to do the sign of the cross. And we can't kind of make the sign of the star with our, that doesn't work. So the rabbi thinks, he says, the Star of David is not really a religious symbol. It's an ornament. But we do have one thing that's on every Jewish home. It's a mezuzah. Inside the mezuzah is the Word of God. There's a scroll. Powerful God, religious, that will help prevent you from being attacked by vampires. He says, but Rabbi, we can't stay in our home on Friday night. We've got to walk to temple to pray. The rabbi thought, okay, how about this? While you're on the street at night and you see a vampire coming at you, you just show him the sign of the mezuzah. And you'll be safe. From that day to this, you will never see a vampire on the 405 freeway during rush hour. You're welcome. I'm Raven West. I have a fan club. Text RAVENW 9 to number 51660. Join my fan club. It was a pleasure being back. There's a lot of acts tonight, so I'm cutting this one a little bit short. I'll be here in June. Have a wonderful evening.
Awesome, Brandon. Thank you so much. Great job. In fact, I thought those vampires were directed at me from next year, which I usually see on the freeway. Hey, Derek, how would you feel about going up?
I feel pretty good.
All right.